Hey, here with TheEZGZ. I'm at the Big Sand up in Idaho, and we're gonna do some cars. I'm gonna do a little short series. I want to help some folks who have older cars and want to upgrade to longer travel suspension. And this is an example of an older traditional framed dune buggy, Sandrail, whatever you want to call it. Where you've got a factory type frame, and it's had a swing axle transmission, and it was converted by this individual to an IRS suspension and long travel. This rear suspension is available at Apple Tree Automotive. If you do a Apple Tree Volkswagen parts, you will find them. They are up in Silver Lake sand dunes in Michigan, and they have a lot of parts, just like so many other suppliers. They're just one of many, and I'm not getting anything from them. I'm just trying to help folks who don't know where to go for these types of resources, and that's just one of many places you can shop and do things better. Now, this is what they call a stock beam front end, and he has taken springs and shocks off of a side-by-side that he had available and adapted it to this. So he had got longer trailing arms. It's still Volkswagen beam design, but he's increased the travel. He's put a center mount steering. If you increase the travel with a standard steering box, mine hits down here on the frame, and that's what you want to do. By centering the rack, it allows more space here, which allows more drop, so you can get that increased travel. But when you lengthen these arms to do that, you're also shortening your wheelbase. I want you to keep that in mind, because just, 5 or 6 inches difference in wheelbase does affect the geometry and handling of the car. I've known this guy for 20 years, and he is an excellent mechanic. As you can see, he had a Volkswagen engine here, ran a 2276, and when he was doing the conversion, he decided to put this Mitsubishi engine in here, turbocharged, intercooled. It's an awesome ride, and this is one of his first rides to test this new suspension, and he is just happy as could be with it. Now, the rear trailing arms are from Apple Tree, and has the 930 CV joints, which articulate more and just give you more strength. He's running the CNC disc brakes that he had before, because it's got a standard VW stub axle sticking out, so that part of it bolted right up. Now, I think they gave him a different axle with the Volkswagen on one side and the 930 flange on the other. I'll ask him when he comes out here. He's using this was his swing axle tranny with 412 ring and pinion, but he got the different side covers and the internal differential, and converted it to IRS, and it's just a beautiful job. Here's a really cool little trick for some of you guys. If you ever have trouble with the Volkswagen bolt working out, what he did was take a nut that probably was a 12 millimeter nut, 17 millimeter wrench size, that fits inside, because he used a 17 millimeter Allen wrench to tighten this down, and he's made his own little lock nuts situation. Now, I'm sure somebody's seen in books and magazines and other people where they'll put a piece of tubing and drill a hole through that hard cap screw and put a pin through there so that they can prevent it from backing out, because this is not a tension type of thing. You tighten it out, down, torque it up, and it stays there. He's got some type of a urethane bushing with an insert in it, and he's using straps to limit the travel. And again, this is just awesome workmanship, hammer coat paint job that is just, he did a heck of a job with this all the way around. Here's the owner, Carl, right here.
Hi, how are you doing?
And how long have you had this car, Carl?
Since '99.
Since '99, and you built it as a Volkswagen.
At first, yeah.
And you ran it quite a few years as a Volkswagen. Why did you decide to go to the IRS?
Well, because of the IRS is because I wanted to go with the mid-travel suspension.
Okay. And why did you feel it necessary to have more travel?
It gives you a much better ride. It's you can go much faster with it. You can hit the bumps harder.
And the dunes do get more bumpy than they did 20 years ago.
Yes, quite a bit worse.
So, so it's almost becoming a necessity. I'm still running that old swing axle, and when the sand, after a big wind like we had here a few days ago, it smoothed things out, and I'm getting a nice ride. But the weekend will come, and the people are gonna, all the locals will be here, and a lot of folks with the Labor Day weekend coming up, and it's gonna get pretty rough out there, and I'll be gone. But I'm enjoying it while I'm here, and gosh, this is now, is this a standard Kennedy adapter?
Yes.
To?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure that they did Mitsubishi products.
Yep, they do.
I know if you go to the Kennedy Engineering website, Google that, and you'll find out how people are putting so many different engines onto these Volkswagen transmissions. And of course, the reason they're using the Volkswagen transmissions is because it's such a compact design. It's a pain in the neck to work on if you have problems, because everything is the differential and transmission are one piece in the case. But when you get to, how much horsepower are you running with this thing?
It's supposed to be 350 horse stock.
Wow.
It's a Japanese version of the Evolution engine.
Wow. So what he's done is strengthened it with the extra side covers, put in the super diff, and he's got welded race gears inside. I've made other videos on that, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. And you can see where he's made a lot of different struts and supports. He's used lighter metal where possible. And weight is always a factor on these. It's always impressive. People like to see the big V8 cars, and you know, I have nothing against those big LS engines, but it's just an overall bigger, wider car, and it handles different. And I heard one guy talking to us out here on the sands this morning when we stopped for a break, and he said, yeah, it's just like driving a car. This thing is so smooth. And it's like, well, yeah, but that's not what I'm out here running around for. I want it to be exciting. I want a little scare. I want it to be, you know, I want to be driving and know that, you know, it's not the car and I'm just stumbling through everything. It makes me on the edge of my seat, and it's more exciting, and I'm more attentive, and I'm picking the lines. And whether I'm out there by myself with myself or 2 or 3 people or a dozen people, I want to, you know, go as fast as my car and myself will let me, and still come home safe and not all busted up. And now I'm getting to the age where I have spinal issues, and I want to be able to keep doing this. So something might be in my future here if I continue doing this, and I'm just having so much fun and enjoying all the friendship and camaraderie with these folks. There's just a vast amount of machinery out here, and I'm definitely the low budget guy probably on this whole lot right now, but I'm still having fun, and I'm having a smile on my face most of the time. And Mary was unable to join me on this trip. It was kind of a short notice deal, and I'm headed to Portland to see my grandkids, my new twins, and I stopped here on the way. So I just wanted to make a few videos and show you guys what TheEZGZ is up to. This is a standard cutter brake, mandatory on any of these cars in our opinion, because you never know when you get in a situation that you want to stop one tire. These are not limited slip differentials. These are open differentials, which means if one car got in open, it would spin and the car would not. But if you get in a hole and you have that, or if at high speed you want to turn or initiate a slide for a turn to make it turn sharper, or avoid a hole or some obstacle out there, that really is the difference. And it's just not functional on the heavier V8 cars. The smaller and lighter the car is, the more effective those things are, but it is hard on internal transmission parts. Here you see the cord shown on these tires. That's not because this tire is wore out. This is what you pay extra for. You can actually get like 4 pounds off of the tire by having a competition cut like this. You have to be a little more careful where you ride them, but you can feel it. If you have regular tires and then you put the same wheel and on with this tire, you will feel the difference. Better throttle response, better handling. You don't have, it's less unsprung weight when the suspension's moving. I just love all the features he did. Added an additional support here, so your ball joint is in double shear rather than single shear. When you buy it, you just get the plate and then it's in single shear. And that's, you know, for that size of a bolt, it probably never would happen. But it's just the kind of insurance that Carl's done to make his machine reliable, and so it just, he's not going to be working it all the time. He's going to be enjoying it, hopefully. And he's got the same thing here with the extra nut. And look at that small gas tank. I've got a 10-gallon tank. This thing's probably 7, and that's because he's got modern fuel injection, and it uses less gas. Got his external oil filters and fuel filters, and gosh, I'm just, the workmanship, you know, changing something. And this is part of the fun of owning these things. It's not just, you know, getting in a car and driving. It's a matter of creating something unique. There's not another car exactly like this out here. This isn't something that's manufactured. You just go pay for like a Can-Am or a Razor. This is something that he made and he's enjoying, and I just wanted to show you to give encouragement to those people out there who maybe are buying some older ones. There's a lot of this stuff is on the market right now. People are upgrading. They want the newer technology, and this stuff is wearing out. And for the right person who has the knowledge and parts and skills and tools, this is just a fun project, and it is just a sample of what's out here. Lava rock. Hey, we're doing a follow-up ride in Carl's car. You probably recognize it. This thing is so darn smooth. And Carl built this whole car. My goodness. Show me what you like, Carl, so I can...
Weird. I didn't even see that edge, did you?
Well,
Did you?
That's what you got to look for.
Yeah, I didn't.
I wasn't driving, so
I was looking, but the sun was.
But you caught it in time, and that's what's important.
Oh, shit.
Go down there and you can cross over by that there'll be a low spot. I had to tow a guy back this afternoon.
Really?
Yeah, I came out and got a guy on he had a broken Hayabusa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, broke both axles. Their first day with it, they brought it out, and were playing too hard, you know.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
But they didn't like that.
No.
Yeah, I see. I just did it again.
Bad.
Fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're quiet. Pretty quiet.
Shit, that's nothing.
Does that once in a while too.
Okay, we got the TheEZGZ desert car, and we've got a little Hayabusa machine with some broken axles here on the other side of Thunder. So it rolls pretty good and it's super light, and we're going to tow her back to camp. Nice car.
Very much appreciated here.
You bet. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. TheEZGZ out.